So Collision was last night. Really fucking good Collision. Really good Collision. And honestly, the card wasn't all confirmed before I done my preview for it, so got some stuff to talk about there. But I possibly enjoyed it more than Dynamite this week, and that's insane to say, but I really did. Let's go through with it because that is what I do. So our show opened up with FTR versus the Rascals, Wesley and... Oh, God, I forgot his name again. I know his name because he's getting really good. Wesley, Desmond Xavier, and... Oh, I'm sorry, I feel bad. I forgot his name. For the AEW Tag Team titles. This match fucked. I did not expect to love this match as much as I did. FTR are possibly the greatest tag team ever. And that's insane. And, like, they've always been around it. I've always preferred the Bucks, but I really think this match alone it had no reason to be this match. Like, it's not like an all-timer, but it's just a phenomenal TV match. It was great. And, I mean, the Rascals, I've been trying to get into them a bit. This match really, really got me with them. I think they're great. Just the flippy-dippy shit. Cash Wheeler's one of the best, most underrated wrestlers I've seen in a while. Cash Wheeler's great. Dax is great. The kicks, oh my god, the kicks, the flips. The guy, I feel bad forgetting his name. He's great. The other part of the Rascals, he is his entire segment in this match, the smacking of Dax, the flips. He does the tornado flip. It's phenomenal. Everything about it. Stokely's obviously there. Stokely tickles me when they're attacking and Stokely's kicking him. He's great. I just think this match, the crowd were up for it. They really delivered. I thought it was excellent. I really did. I didn't expect to enjoy it this much. I really didn't. I thought the FTR would win. I think everyone did, and they did in convincing fashion, really. It was not a barn burner, but it was a great opener. It felt like a pay-per-view match. It really did, and that's a compliment in my eyes, especially for a Collision. And everything about it worked for me. One thing I loved is the FTR did hit the EVP trigger, or the BT trigger now, the FTR trigger. That was pretty funny. It didn't give them the finish. The kickouts in this match were excellent. Absolutely excellent. Everything about it was, the pace of the match was from the start, just go, and it just didn't really let up. It was great. FTR obviously do get the FTR's finish up, the Shatter Machine. I'm sure that was a counter in this match. I'm sure it was. It was excellent. Absolutely excellent. Honestly, I really didn't. This is one of the best tag matches I've seen all year. I really do mean that. I think it was phenomenal. And frankly, I'm not surprised that the Rascals are growing on people, because I've just now not only just seen it because I watch AEW every week, but I mean, I've been struggling to click with the Rascals. These guys are great for Collision. They really are. I think the fun, I don't think they need to be belted up or anything, but the fun, the matches they're putting on are consistently great. Everything about them, I'm fucking with the Rascals now. I really am. FTR are just on another level. Honestly, they have to stay heels forever, and putting Stokely with them is one of the best decisions anyone's ever made in that damn company. But FTR do get the win, and when they're walking back, Mark Briscoe makes his entrance. And I was like, wait, what? And then Mark Briscoe shows them respect, obviously referring to, the rivalry they had with the Briscoes and FTR. I'm going to talk about those matches eventually. I've never actually seen them, so I need to do that. And then Briscoe comes out because he's doing commentary for the next match, which is Tommaso Ciampa versus Danny Garcia, which I'll talk about in a minute. But the FTR match versus the Rascals was excellent, really good. I thought the Bucks would have some involvement. They don't, but they obviously pay homage to them, taunting them with the EVP trigger. So it was great, honestly. What a phenomenal opener for the card. It was so good. So after this, before our next match, we got the Ops backstage, Hook and Shibata, and obviously now Anthony Bowens. Hook's going up to people asking if they want to join the Ops, and then Bowens runs in and basically saying, Hook, I know I'm a killer. And he goes, okay, take that camera off Shibata. And he's like, what? Take that camera off Shibata. And then, so then Shibata's on screen again, which is great. This is insane to me. And then they just go up to some random guy and just start saying, hey, do you want to join the Ops? And then just basically start beating the shit out of him. So Bowens is like, okay, do you want me to give back the camera to Shibata? And he's like, yeah, whatever, let's just follow us. And so I don't think Bowens is going to... I think Bowens is going to be on the cameraman for the Ops instead of Shibata. Now, I think what they're going to do with this is, I think they're going to try and test if Bowens is a killer, to go up to Caster and try and see if he'll absolutely beat the living shit out of Caster, and he's not going to be able to. So, that's that. This is Kishori Shibata. What the fuck are we doing? So after this, we actually got our next match, which was Tommaso Ciampa versus Danny Garcia. Now, I cannot believe this. On my predictions, I swear to God, Tony Khan's watching this channel. He goes to me, I say on the video, I'd like to see a Danny Garcia match. I haven't seen I would like a Danny Garcia match, because I was in the mood for a Danny Garcia match. Bro, we get Garcia versus Ciampa, what the fuck? And the match, it was incredible, it was great, it was really good. Garcia, I adore. I love Garcia. He's one of my favourite wrestlers. He's so technical, so good. And I love the mouthiness of him now. Briscoe was on commentary, like previously mentioned. A lot of just... Not even just counters. It wasn't really the most technical match, but the striking was great. Like, Garcia was consistently, standing on... he was going after the knee of Ciampa, really attacking that knee, doing the thing with the corner and stuff. Great. Ciampa obviously getting some knees and stuff going in on Garcia. And basically, Garcia is just taunting. And him and Briscoe have a moment where they hug and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, because the boys. And then Garcia's taunting Briscoe in the match. And he goes up and pushes Briscoe's face. So Briscoe's like, oh hell nah. So he goes up to the he goes up. And he goes up to the side of the ring to front Garcia, essentially, during the match. And Garcia's about to get kneed, and Garcia dodges it, and then Tommaso Ciampa knees Briscoe. So Ciampa's like, what the fuck? And then Garcia gets the roll-up. Excellent, and that's the finish. Garcia gets the win, which I was very happy about. Thank you, Tony. So then Garcia gets out of there, obviously elated. And then Briscoe and Ciampa are in the ring, and they're arguing. And it's like, what the fuck? And Ciampa's like, get out of here, get out of here. And then, Briscoe's like, you need to calm down. And then so Briscoe walks out, and then FTR walk out, because they obviously did say they were going to have a moment with Ciampa on Collision. They're like standing off against each other. And then Briscoe comes back to stand next to Ciampa, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then they basically go, nah, and like, they don't want, Briscoe's trying to calm it down. And then Ciampa's like, okay, we'll leave. And Ciampa's walking up, and he's got his hand around Briscoe. And at this point, throughout this point, you could tell it was happening. And he's obviously holding on to Briscoe. And he goes, Briscoe, I want to thank you, but I don't need it. And then he does the DIY similar turn, and Tommaso Ciampa has now turned heel. Excellent move. I don't know, it looks like he has aligned with the FTR, but maybe not. I don't know what's going to go on there. But the fact that Ciampa's now heel is going to be great. Everyone knows that Ciampa's best work, obviously, is, NXT is the main thing to talk about with him. But his heel run in NXT is excellent. On Briscoe as well, you're going to get that. They're going to get another barn burner. They put this on Revolution. Holy fuck. Incredible. Everything about this I love. I love the fact that they had the balls too. Again, FTR being involved makes sense. Everything seems cohesive, which is great. And then the way they did it, reminiscing the DIY turn, where he throws him against the screen and then obviously does the knee, is perfect. This is going to be great. And he starts getting the boos already. He's going to do the booing entrance, which I'm all for. Excellent heel turn, excellent moment, excellent match. All about it, really fucking good. So after this, we actually got a small hype package for Claudio versus Takeshita later tonight. I really liked how that looked. They added a bit more to it. They obviously go over the Continental match. And then after this, we got Swerve versus Gravity, the brother of Bandito. This match was good. Obviously, Swerve's just beating the shit out of him. He tries to rip the mask, obviously. And the best line, Nigel McGuinness's line on this is great, is he goes, because he hits like a nasty house call on the guy. And he goes, if Pac is the man Gravity forgot, Swerve Strickland's the man Gravity's going to remember. It's like, oh fuck, I love that. That was a phenomenal line. It is Swerve just beating the shit out of him. I thought Gravity'd have a bit more to do. He doesn't, and I thought, no Bandito. I thought Bandito would come out and, have an interference or save. He doesn't. Swerve looks brutal. He looks like he was going to grab the mic at the start, but he doesn't, so I don't know, whatever. So they're basically just building that, but obviously there's a moment with Swerve later we'll talk about. But I hope we get to see Gravity again, because frankly, he's the brother of Bandito. That's all I need to be interested in the guy. So after this, we get Statlander backstage, and she's like, I won't speak until I have to be spoken to. And then she's just going off saying, Tekla, me and you, 2 out of 3 falls. I beat you once, you beat me once. And that's it, really. And then, so it was a bit weird. This was after Dynamite, I believe. Even though the match has been announced, this was stupid. And then Tekla comes out, obviously, I'm happy Tekla comes out on stage. And she's like, whoa, no. She's going, nah, and she's laughing. It's great. She's so charismatic. And she's just there going, no, I'm not going to do it, no. Bear in mind, the match is confirmed in the bottom left corner, so what the fuck? And then she goes, hang on, actually, maybe I will, because you're the dumbest bitch alive. Oh, shit like that. She's just funny. She's just so charismatic, so entertaining. I'm a big fan. And she does confirm the match. She does. It's just. It's the way she delivers the lines I love. She's phenomenal wrestler, but the promos are excellent. I was happy they had this. Still not treating her with the respect. I'm still worried going into Revolution, but hopefully they just realise, because she is money. There's so much good, and yet they confirmed the match, even though they confirmed the match. What the fuck? So after this, we got our 200k tag team match between the 4 teams: the Outrunners, Private Party, LFI, Rush and Dralistico, and the Swale, Lee Johnson, and Blake Christian. This was great. I really enjoyed the speed of this match. I think the Outrunners, for me, stole the show. I fucking love the Outrunners. They're hilarious. Dalton Castle's on commentary. He's just off his fucking head. And then just Dralistico is... I love Rush, don't get me wrong. Dralistico is great. Even the Swale. I feel like I liked how the Private Party had the least to do. I liked how they managed that, because they're the obvious favourites and the biggest stars going into it, so you'd expect them to see a lot, but they kind of showcased the other guys, especially the Outrunners and LFI, like I say. I think Outrunners, the crowd they're so over, still to this day, they're so over. It's all so great. They tease the "you son of a bitch" like 3 times, and when they hit it, it goes off. But then they get attacked by the Swale after it, and then they just, they do it. It's great. I love them. I love the Outrunners. They're funny as hell. They're so entertaining. But they can go in ring. I mean, Dralistico is the demon. I've never really sat down and watched Dralistico. I know he's good. I've never really realised how good he is for a while. He's excellent. The Swale's selling ability is phenomenal. Especially with Blake Christie. Just how they make guys look so over is incredible. And Private Party. I'm not the biggest fan of Private Party. I think they're quite bland, but in ring they can go. It was just overall a very fun, fast-paced match. Private Party do get the win. I'm not against it. I just think, frankly, they gotta strike the iron. They gotta do something. Make the Outrunners the ROH champs or some shit. I don't give a fuck. You gotta belt them up. How over they were, Turbo Floyd and Max Magnum, or I forget what his name is. Turbo Floyd and whatever. The Outrunners and Dalton Castle, excellent. They're so entertaining, so funny. Just everything about them. The crowd loves them. Gotta strike them 100%. But everything about it, they're probably Private Party are gonna have some fun with this, I assume. But the match, as you expect, there's flips, there's kicks, the throws. The throws are great too. Everything about it, I really fucking enjoyed. But Dralistico and the Outrunners specifically stole the fucking show for me. Excellent. So after this, we got Jet Speed backstage, and they're basically talking about, how, they lost the belts. Kevin Knight's a bit bummed. Speedball gets him reassured. And then he goes, look, Hangman's got other... that's Hangman's fault, essentially. Not Hangman's fault, but it's true that Hangman's current behaviour has had a current ongoing, has cost them the titles. So they're going to have a go against them on Revolution, obviously, with Mystico. I thought we'd get something from Mystico. We don't. But then Swerve interrupts. And Swerve interrupts to Kevin Knight, and basically says, you want to be, because he's going on about his match against Max last week, and Swerve basically goes, look, you want to be around killers, you want to be a killer, you got to surround yourself with killers, stuff like that. So they're teasing a Kevin Knight heel turn on Speedball. No, which I love my boy Kevin Knight. That'll be great, but it's also, I'd rather Speedball go heel. But either way, that's going to be really interesting. Definitely set that up. And obviously they tease Speedball and Fletcher next week. Gonna fuck. So after this, we get the Timeless Love Bombs, Mina Shirakawa and Toni Storm, versus Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. I like the presentation of Lena Cross. I like how she's been seen as like an equal to Megan Bayne at this point. She looked good. It's the first time I've truly watched her. She looked decent. But I don't know if Penelope Ford's okay. I don't know if she's injured or what. But 2, I feel Mina Shirakawa's so over. Like, I love how the crowd is screaming, we want Mina. That's how good she is, and she's so funny. Again, she's just the character you just got to push. When they get that TBS belt up and running, or off Willow, Mina's got to be one of your top calls. But Megan looks good. I mean, I like Megan Bayne. She's definitely a bit... Megan Bayne's athleticism is great. That's what carries her for me. Lena Cross looks good. I don't think she looks as good as Megan Bayne, but that's not the point. She looks still good, though. She's the stature of the pair of them. They just basically beat the shit out of them. Mina does the most. That's what I mean with these tag matches. They looked okay. It didn't really draw me in. I'm not a fan of the women's tag scene yet with most of the tag teams. Even the Timeless Love Bombs, they're not my favourite. Again, I want to know where Penelope was. She didn't even come outside the ring. But the main thing is the finish. So they had Mina was in the choke, or they're about to attack Mina. Tony goes to tag, and Marina Shafir comes out and does the mother's milk and takes her under the ring. I thought that was pretty funny, and basically costs the match. Mina Shirakawa gets squashed. Yeah, basically the match was fine. It was whatever. It wasn't really the greatest. It was just kind of there. It builds, obviously, the feud. We'll go on about that in a minute. But yeah, Mina Shirakawa, great. Lena Cross's debut in ring, I think, she looked really good. And frankly, Megan Bayne just continues and continues to just rise and rise. She's so fucking good. So there's stuff there. There's stuff there. It's just not a... It's a match just to get them on screen rather than to develop anything. But Lena Cross getting ring time, that's pretty cool. So they look like they've got a lot of plans for her. That's really cool. So that's that. So after this, we got Mark Briscoe backstage reacting to Tommaso Ciampa turning on him, essentially, and he basically goes, "Go on, Ciampa, I'm disappointed in you. I thought we had respect from a long time." And then basically goes, something's been off with you straight away. Since you joined AEW, I can see why. And then he goes, even FTR, I thought we had respect, but apparently not. And then he goes on, he's got the Den Boys, and he goes like that, it's fucking sick. And he goes, "Dynamite, me and you, we're gonna team up. I got some friends of my own." And I thought they were gonna keep this surprise for Edge and Christian. No, he goes, it's them Bucks. So the Bucks are gonna be teaming with Briscoe against Ciampa and FTR. So that's why I'm unsure if he's truly aligned with FTR. It's just the alliance of circumstance, and it's gonna break down in the match. But either way, I think the promo was good. I love the silhouette shot at the start. That was excellent. But Briscoe and Ciampa it's gonna be a great feud. I really feel it. It's gonna be great. So after this, we got the War Dogs, or the Dogs now, whatever. Gabe Kidd, Clark Connors, and now the new David Finlay showcase match. They're David Finlay's new in-ring debut after being all elite. My hair's on a madness. And frankly, they didn't have much to do. He's very much... I like the dynamic, so I think Gabe Kidd looks a lot better when he's in a group like this, where he's the truly madman, but he still fucking sucks. There's a point where, like, he's so just over-exaggerated. I don't love it. I don't. And he's just... It's too much. Clark Connors looks great. I love how, like, snivelly he seems. And then David Finlay's, like, the can't compose one with the shillelagh. I love the presentation of these guys. They didn't even show the name for the jobbers. They need to fucking work on that, because they've done that for a few weeks now. Tony, I know you're watching. Sort that shit. But also, the match was fine. He basically just beat the shit out of him. Clark Connors, I love, Clark Connors is great. Gabe Kidd he just takes too much. And then David Finlay gets the finish. David Finlay, I thought, to showcase it as Finlay, it didn't really work. Not that it was bad, it just, you need to do Finlay on his own at that point, or like, a singles match, and then have the War Dogs interfere. Connors doesn't have much to do with it, and Gabe, it's so short that they all interfere. Gabe Kidd sucks because he just goes, he's about to pick up the guy for a brainbuster, he goes, "I'm a madman, I swear to God, that's what he says. It's fucking stupid. And they get the win. Finlay looks great. He's commanding him. You can tell he's clearly the leader. I like how I think Connors needs to be a bit more exaggerated in character for that to work, because Gabe's so exaggerated. Even though I don't like it, it's, he needs to tone that back a bit, but still be exaggerated. Connors could easily be a leader, so it's a bit weird, so you know what I mean? I feel like if you want to have Finlay be the clear leader, Connors needs to have a bit more anger or something. It's like, Gabe Kidd's clearly insane, then you have Connors as like a guy who's like, he's a bit more composed, but still, you're a guy who's got isn't as composed as Finlay. Finlay's the smart one. Basically, the iconic trope of like, look at Ninja Turtles, where it's like Shredder, Bebop, Rocksteady, stuff like that. That's what you need. Not idiots, but you know what I mean, like two lackeys. That's what it needs to be like, but I think that obviously, they have to do them in the Bang Bang Gang eventually, but I would like to see David Finlay have a singles match. That's what I'd like personally. So after this, we got Tony Storm coming out for a promo, calling out Marina Shafir, saying this has gone on long enough, and we need to have it. Everyone banned from ringside because John Moxley's the only one with a set of ovaries. What? He's pregnant, don't you know? And basically, he's calling out Marina. About fucking time. And what follows it after, I'll talk about how Marina's responds, but I thought that was funny. But yeah, this makes sense. If you've been watching the product for like a week, it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's just about fucking time. They never done it with Willow, so we got to do it with Tony. After that, we got a small little nice recap of what happened with Mercedes and Persephone on CMLL, where Mercedes' downfall still happens, even though she's not active in AEW at the minute. She dropped the CMLL belt to Persephone, and they confirmed Persephone's getting a match against Willow on Dynamite next week. I want to see more Persephone, so that's good. Obviously, good for CMLL too, that's my shit. And then after that, we get our main event, Claudio Castagnoli versus Takeshita once more. banger of a series. This one's a fucking banger too. I thought it was for the CMLL belt or the New Japan TV belt. It's not. So that was good. Moxley's on commentary, obviously. The match was great, really was. I mean, Takeshita and Claudio, they have this magic. It's not as good as the Continental Classic one for me. It's not. I have bias with that, but I just don't think it was. But it was still a fucking classic. These guys just don't put on bad matches with each other. I think, personally, I was surprised that, you know, the Brainbusters, the Raging Fires, the kick-out on this were probably better than the one in the first two matches. It was phenomenal. Everything about this match. It's just... There's just so much to say about these matches with these two, because they just work. They have such a great chemistry. It's like clicks. It's phenomenal. They both just turn it on. And then, so regarding the Tony stuff, Marina Shafir's obviously standing there with Moxley, and they're asking, they're like, she's going up to the mic going, "You're gonna have to be patient, Tony. You're gonna have to be patient." And it's like, what? And then they keep asking, and it's like, "I've got other stuff on my mind." It's like, they're clearly forcing her to say, "Yeah, I accept," and then they just go after a point. She just goes after a point. "Yes, I accept, but I've just got other things first." It's like, what? And then as soon as she says that, they put the match on the bottom left corner. So it's like they've just been forcing her to say that, and she fucked it up. It was funny. And then Moxley goes, oh God, I just heard what she said. Oh, I can't even repeat that on TV. Moxley's the funniest man ever. I fucking loved it. But then that's all going on while there's fucking bomb banners going on. So Claudio goes out, he throws two chairs out to distract the ref, and he goes to grab the CMLL belt to attack Takeshita with, and then fucking Hechicero runs round. Hechicero grabs the belt off him. If they're doing Claudio versus Hechicero for that belt, I'm fucking in. That'll fuck. And then, so that happens. So then, and Takeshita comes in, and Takeshita's attacking, gets the knees and stuff. Takeshita does get the win eventually on Claudio after his many his screams. I love them. And so after the match, he's pointing at Moxley throughout the match, where Marina does the middle finger for him. I love that. But then so he's looking at Moxley after the match, and he's going, "What are you looking at? What are you looking at?" And then he goes up to stand, and they're going face to face. And then you can see Hechicero in the background running, and he just charges at Moxley. And then Takeshita pulls Hechicero off, and he goes, "Why? You got to attack him." He goes, No, I don't need it. And he's like, "What?" Like, clearly telling them to stop. And then Claudio gets involved. Claudio's beating the shit out of Hechicero, and Moxley and Claudio and Marina are beating the shit out of Hechicero, and Moxley and Takeshita going at it, and it ends with them two going at it. I love that. I loved how they had to cut, because Shivani's like, "Yeah, they're still going, but we gotta go." It's funny as hell. But they put over that Takeshita's arm's gonna be injured, because Claudio was really working that arm, stomping on it and shit. So maybe that's it. But I don't know. I cannot wait for their match. I cannot wait. I thought this match was excellent, and if they're doing Claudio versus Hechicero in any way, I'm in. That's phenomenal. This was a great main event to a cap off, a great collision, everything about it. Even Marina Shafir clearly fucking it up. I thought that was hilarious. Everything about it, I really enjoyed this, as I did the whole show. But this was a great main event, and just Claudio and Takeshita just work magic with each other. So yeah, that was my thoughts on Collision a bit. So, you know, I thought David Finlay stuff could have been a singles match. The movement tag, the first hour of Collision was phenomenal. I really did enjoy it a bit more than Dynamite this week, and that was wild, because a lot of people enjoyed Dynamite a lot this week. I did too. I just didn't think it was as good as everyone said. I thought this Collision was excellent. It was really fucking good. I mean, the fact that they, you know, worked more, you know, they got more stuff in. The Collision's run has just been excellent for the last few weeks, and yeah, it's building Revolution up nicely. The Tony and Marina stuff, it feels on par with, maybe not on par, but it feels closer and closer to the level that Dynamite is in terms of importance, and that's what I like. You know, it's a good way to get these acts like the Rascals on TV consistently. I do feel like, you know, you could have got a bit in a backstage interview with like Okada and Fletcher, someone like that. You know what I mean? I feel like you could have some more people on it, like a Lance Archer or Rocky Romero, you know, stuff like that. So, but that's me being picky. This match, this card was excellent. The main event was worth everything about it. I really enjoyed. It was a great collision, and FTR versus Rascals and Garcia versus Ciampa was fucking incredible, and so was that main event. So there's 3 great TV matches already. Really solid cards. If you haven't watched it and you've got nothing to do, definitely recommend Collision this week. It was really good, and that Ciampa heel turn too, that was excellent. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Collision this week. What was your thoughts on it? If you watched the show, what was your match of the night? Mine was probably FTR versus the Rascals or Ciampa versus Garcia. Either way, though, any of those matches were excellent. And what are you looking forward to following this Collision? What did you think of Tommaso Ciampa's heel turn? Because I thought it was handled really, really well. Can't wait to see what to do with that.